Alright, let's take a look at our first example. Tamara works for a fencing company. She is preparing a price quote for a customer. Tamara needs to know the type of fencing being ordered and the perimeter of the area to be fenced. Calculate the perimeter of the following design. So clearly we have a composite figure here, a composite shape. Now they just want us to find out the perimeter of the shape. So, well, let's begin by collecting what we can easily collect. So, for example, here, 6 centimeters. This is 6 centimeters. This is also 6 centimeters. Now, how do we know that for sure? Because of the tick marks. These two tick marks are telling us that both of these sides have the same length. Same thing here. The tick marks are the same, so they tell us that they are the same length. Great. So in order to find the perimeter, we need this. We pretty much have all the side lengths except for this one. Now, what shape would this be? It's basically semicircle. Now, we don't need to find the area of this circle. We need to find the circumference. So we can write down here as a reference the formula for the circumference is equal to 2 pi r, or pi times d, and d is the diameter. Now, what is the diameter? We're going to need the diameter for this. What is the diameter for this? Well, you take a look at the figure, and we see that this diameter is equal to 8 centimeters. Now, if this whole thing is 8 centimeters, what's the length of the radius? I'm just going to draw a radius there. What would be the length of the radius? Well, the length of the radius would be half of the diameter, so that's 4 centimeters, and that will become useful. Okay, now, do we need to find the area of the circumference? No, we need to find the area of the, well, it's half of the circumference, so a semi-circumference, right? So let's write this down. The formula for a semi-circumference would be equal to the circumference divided by 2. Now, why are these LEDs breaking so easily? I don't know why. Okay, so let's begin by, we pretty much have all the measurements except for this part, this side length. So let's figure that out first. So this is going to be equal to C equals 2 pi, and the radius is 4. So let's put 4 there. That becomes 8 pi. And what is 8 times pi going to be equal to? Well, that's going to be equal to 25 point and a little bit more. But we don't actually need the circumference right now. Sorry about that. We actually need half of the circumference, so the semi-circumference. So we need to divide this by 2. So so now we need to divide that by 2. So what we need to do is essentially divide 8 pi by 2 in order to find the semi-circumference. In order to find the semi-circumference. Okay, so therefore 8 pi, let's move this up a little more, 8 pi divided by 2 gives us, well, it's the same as saying this, 8 pi divided by 2, that gives us 4 pi, because 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. So what is 4 pi equal to? 4 pi is going to be equal to, you put it in your calculator and you get 12.57 centimeters, because those are the units for here. So that means that this length right here is 12.57 centimeters. In fact, I'm going to write it on top of here so that we can all see 12.57 centimeters. Okay. And then, of course, now that we have all the lengths, we can find out the perimeter of this shape. So perimeter is equal to, let's begin with this side length. So 12.57 plus 3 plus 10 plus 3 plus 3 plus 10 plus 3 plus 8, plus 4, plus 6, and plus 6. So let's add all of these. So you can use a calculator and add them up, or you can just collect them like that. So I would say plus 3 plus 10 is 13, plus another 3 is 16, plus another 8 is 24, plus 4, 28, 28 plus 6 is 34, plus 6 is 40. 40, and then if we add these two, we get 52.57 centimeters. So that's the perimeter of this composite shape.